Hello and welcome back, guys. I got a couple of wee pieces here that I have glued up and have been sitting on the shelf waiting to be turned. Uh, they're not big projects, they're pieces of fruit, pears. Uh, this is a piece of oak and birch ply that I've turned into a wee pear. It hasn't been finished yet, it's just in the rough state. Just to give you an idea what I'm going to be doing. We have a couple of blanks here. Uh, this is mahogany and ply, and so is this one. Now this one measures a wee bit bigger. I was using all the scrap stuff I had lying about, so it's roughly that's 65 mil by 60, and it's 100 mil. Yeah, that one's the same, and yeah, it's the same. The only difference with this one, I have a waste block on the end of it, and this is going to be for my chuck. I'm going to turn that and make a spigot on it and put it in the chuck. The pieces, just check everything's nice and tight. I just straighten that camera up because I was brushing the ceiling down. Believe it or not, it's full of spider webs. So you want to gently bring this down to the ground. You can see the amount of chips off this because it's plywood. Just checking to see if it's round yet. It's not. We'll just stop that and have a wee look. Okay. I don't want to take it much further than that. So I'm just going to tidy the end of this up and put a spigot on it. Now, the thing you have to watch out for, this is plywood, so when you're putting it in a chuck, if you get a catcher of any sort, it may just pull off because it's laminated in the direction you're holding it. So you want to be gentle with your cuts. Other than that, it's quite safe to turn. It's just you need to know what you're turning. You can see it there. The lamination is going around a circle, so you have the laminated piece going the opposite direction. So this will put stress on this wee bit. If you get any sort of catch on it. So now that that's in the chuck, give it a wee spin. It looks okay. I'm just going to bring my tailstock back up again. Okay. So you can begin to shape your piece then. can more or less take it away now. And the hole it's made in the top will do for the wee bit that sticks out at the end. Just be careful because you could pull this off away from its spigot because of the plywood. You could glue a normal piece of wood on it if you so wished. I just glued what I had at hand. And have a wee look at it. See what we got. That doesn't look too bad. Right, we need to do a wee bit of work on this at the bottom. And the bottom sort of has a wee flat bit. I make it more or less flat because I sort of make these in a bunch of 3 and then put them on a wee plate. So just have one here, and I put 3 on a wee plate like that there, and that's the way I sell them. You know, obviously that wee bit needs taken off. It's just better looking than it lying on its side if you can set them up or even point them into each other in the middle. It just looks better and people can see it. Just gradually go through the grits. Doesn't need an awful lot of sanding. That was 180. Right, that was 400, so stop and have a wee look at that. Still a few wee marks. So we'll just get back over with the sandpaper. I'm dropping right down to 180 again. See if I got those marks out of that. There's a wee bit there still. Try not to put much pressure on this because I could break this off very easily. Have another wee look. We'll have another wee look. Okay. I'll put a wee taste of sand sealer on this and see what it looks like. Usually when you put finish on something, it shows up any wee defects, and then you're going to address them as they happen. I quite like that with the bit of mahogany in it. Right, that's that. And we'll give it a wee bit of Yorkshire grit, just to take any wee fine lines out. making sure you get all the Yorkshire grit off again before you put your finish on. When you get a clean cloth after rubbing it, you know, then you've got all the excess off. So I'm just going to get a wee taste of wax. Just ramping up the speed there. It burnishes a wee bit. Okay, that came up lovely. That's a bit better. Right, take the rings, no bar. These screws. Just slow your lathe down. You're drilling. When I'm drilling anything out, I put the chuck key in this, and then I've got something to grab. Because if this locks up in the piece, this will start spinning, and before you know it, it could be out and whacking you up the face. Lights above me, and believe me, you don't want that to happen. So what I plan to do, we'll open the neck of this a wee bit more to get this in further. It shouldn't bottom out. I'm in quite a good bit. If it does, we'll do a bit of more drilling at it. But and then more or less the other one. What am I going to do, Paul? I was going to do something there. Oh yes. Must be a sign of getting old, guys. You forget what you're going to do. Right. Lovely smell of pine in my shed here. Just going to use a spindle gouge. Oh yes, I know what I was going to do. I was going to change the camera. I got my t-shirt on again. We turn a weekender. I got that during lockdown on Chestnut. I was doing a thing, and here's me. I'll get one of those. I think I've had it on about twice from a gallop. Right, we'll just stop that. What you don't want to do is make it too wide. Right, I need to make a hole bigger. I need to get the Forstner bit in again. I've just bottomed out there. That's it now. That should be far enough. Okay, we'll just have a wee look at that. Get a wee squeeze out of it. And I'll not take much in it, just a couple of wee blobs. What's going on with us here? Just a couple of blobs around the side of it. That's better. Just when it's not warm enough, it doesn't come out very well. So I'm just patting that down with my wet finger from that never-ending supply of Turner's glue. So we'll let that harden up, cool down, and that should be more or less. Give it a wee spin, ready to go. Like. So I just want to take that off. That's all there is to that. Not an awful lot of turning, but at the same time, you want to make the piece look right. Just remove any excess. A small piece, so it doesn't need an awful lot of rubbing on it. And just a wee taste of wax. And that should be that one done. Lovely. And you just pull it, and it'll come away. Just pick off the wee bits of residue off, and get your wee cloth. And that's probably enough to hold that without any glue, because it was a bit thicker than that. I'm not worried if it's a wee bit off, because it goes to the shape of the fruit, just trying to clean the roughness of this up first before I try and get into it. Just have a look at that. You don't want to go too far. Just enough to blend it in. And that'll do that. A wee bit of sandpaper. That's that. Retest the sand sealer. Oh, just be careful of the black. I forgot about it there. It's stuck at its corners on. Just hit my knuckle there on it. So all that needs is just a wee quick buff and a wee bit of wax on it. And that's 3 pears on a bowl. And the bowl doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It's just, it's not even a bowl, it's a wee dish. I would say it is. It's a wee dish. Yeah, clean piece of paper. I thought I had some over here. Must have used it all. Just hold on. Give it a wee bit of friction. Right. We'll stop that. And that's not too bad. Not a lot of damage done. So that's right. That one. This is a wee bit of Bogassi. It's called. It's an African hardwood. You'll not get it here anywhere. We got this with a consignment of skids we picked up a couple of years back, and what they were used for, they come in with you know the windmills you see all over the countryside. They came in with those as wedges for them, and apparently this stuff here is impervious to water, and it was for wedging in the mills, I think. So it was all going to landfill, and one of our members of the club, on his duties of traveling around the countryside servicing fire extinguishers, came across it, and he asked, could we have it? And by Joe, we got it. We got a lot of it. The guy that brought it in, or the company, said there was over £45,000 worth of timber, and the company didn't want it back because it would have cost more to send it back by boat. So they didn't want it, and they were just throwing it in the big skips outside, along with the ore skids they had, which were the pine ones, which are these ones here. They're 4x4 and they're a metre high, and there was truckloads of them. We got piles and piles of them. At one stage, I had 100 of them sitting in my back garden. I'm about the only one that has any left. I'm coming down to the last of them now because I use them around the Christmas time for making the wee trees for the Children's Hospital. And that's where they're initially for. And but it's hard to come by waste wood for a project like that. You don't want to be. We can't afford to go and buy it. You know, we're donations bring it in, and then we make things for the hospital at Christmas time and throughout the year, like snowmen, trees, bunny rabbits, wee eggs, egg cups, and stuff like that for the children to paint. So I have this bit of Bugatti in the chuck. I'm just going to bring it to the round. I'm using the bowl gouge. This stuff is extremely hard. So it is. And the other bad thing about it is it stinks. And if you were standing here where I am at the minute, you get a queer whiff of it. Doesn't smell very nice, but it's a lovely timber when it's finished and sanded and it's got its finish on it. A lovely piece of wood. Heavy, really, really heavy. Uh, all I'm doing is bringing this down with the parting tool. Take a tail stack off that. Just going to use the hacksaw blade. And that's that. And just a bit of sandpaper at the end. Just round that over. And screw chisel. That's our first stem. Right, it will go in. It just needs a wee clean up at the end where the timber has mushroomed over the ends. So there we have 3 nice wee pears in a wee dish. So all I need is wee clean and I'll buff those up on the buffing wheel and take any wee marks off from the glue and stuff with holding them. So that's the end of that project for the day, guys. Where are you? So it was great having you here with me watching, and oh dear, I'm going to make a few other bits and pieces, but there's no point in showing you more of the same. I'm going to make some apples, but we'll do something later on, a bit more interesting. So thanks very much, guys, for watching, and as always, if you like, please like and subscribe. It really helped me out, get my numbers up, and to all my new subscribers, thank you very much for coming over. It really means a lot, and I'm glad to see there's more people coming over to watch my channel. So thank you for now, and we'll catch you again later. Okay, bye.